Hi guys, welcome back to Blades and Triggers, and today we're going to be having a look at the EK Archery Access Bow. As you can see over here, I've got the red edition with me. On the side over here we've got 3 of the 29-inch aluminium arrows, which we definitely recommend using with this specific bow over here. In front of me is the EK Archery Access Bow. This little attachment that we had clipped to the back over here is your trigger release aid, and that helps quite a bit with these compound bows. You'll see we have installed the D-loop on this actual bow so that we can use our trigger system. Now these bows are quite adjustable when you look at them. This one is being kitted out. We've got the drop away arrow rest over here, which is quite nice. We've got a 3-pin sight over here as well, so that you can actually use it for far, close and average distance. We've also installed something really cool, which is called a peep sight. That just helps you with aiming through the actual bow. So this bow over here, why is it so cool? Well, to start off with, it's a compound bow. Now, what is a compound bow? A compound bow means that you have these cool pulleys on the side. What's the advantage of that? Is the fact that you can get velocities of up to 310 feet per second out of a bow like this on a standard arrow. Which means, yes, it is good for hunting. You can use it for hunting. You wouldn't use these arrows, you'd use the other ones. You could also use carbon fiber with what they call a broadhead tip on it. Fully adjustable for short and tall people, which is pretty cool. Young and old. Why do I say young and old? Well, generally the younger guys struggle to pull these actual bows. With this one, you can adjust it all the way down to a lovely 25 to 30 pounds, and you can adjust it all the way up to about a 70-pound bow. Now that's quite a bit to actually pull. Poundage on this over here will be adjusted on the actual limbs with an Allen key that is provided in the actual box. The actual draw length will be adjusted on the cam or the pulley system, and you'll see there's a whole bunch of letters on this actual pulley system. Anything from A all the way to P, with P being the longest draw on it. Now remember, when adjusting the draw length on this over here, it does affect the poundage, and when adjusting the limbs, it does also affect the poundage in a big way as well. It does become a bit tricky when it comes to that. That's why we're here. We're experienced enough in store to be able to show you all of those cool things. You're probably wondering what this little rubberized piece is over here, along with all these small little rubberized pieces on the actual bow. Now those are called shock absorbers and stabilizers. So when you actually shoot this bow, you don't get as much vibration on your hand, which again makes it quite a nice bow to actually shoot. Now a lot of people would be wondering, why a 70-pound bow or why a 30-pound bow, all those cool things. But again, it comes down to personal preference. So we're also going to be shooting this bow. So I know a lot of people have been asking for us not to just do a review, but also to shoot. So in a little while, we're actually going to get to shoot this amazing bow over here, show you a bit about accuracy, and we are going to be using this cool trigger release aid, which is actually also adjustable. We'll also explain a bit more in terms of how to use your peep sight and your 3-pin sight, because that goes in conjunction when you're actually aiming and shooting. You've got to look through your peep sight into your 3-pin sight to ensure that you are going to actually shoot quite accurately. That's it from the technical side on this bow over here. We're here at our little 10-meter range. We've got our 29-inch aluminium blue arrow with a semi-rounded tip. This specific model over here has plastic fletchers on it with a standard arrow nock. I've got my trigger release aid on as well, just to make it a bit easier to actually release this little guy over here. We're going to show you guys exactly what's what, how it actually pulls on that. And then you'll also notice what we spoke about earlier is the drop away arrow rest. So when I actually draw the bow, this is going to pick up, and when I release the arrow, it'll actually drop. So you see that's connected to my actual string over here, and I've got my D-loop. So let's take our first shot. Remember that when you are shooting an arrow, there's always going to be one color fletch, which is different, and that's going to be on the outside of your actual bow, so that your fletch doesn't catch onto the actual frame of the bow. Let's go ahead and place our arrow onto the actual string. Now remember, the nock is going to clip on to the actual bow, and then from there, just rest it on the arrow rest, take your trigger release, clip it onto your D-loop, make sure it is secure, and from there, we're going to actually draw back. So drawing back, I am now ready to actually shoot, but through my peep sight, I will be checking, get my aim on, and when I am ready to actually shoot, I will pull on the trigger and release the actual arrow. That's the EK Archery Access Bow. And I mean, as you can see, this thing groups like a machine. It is so much fun to shoot. It's really something that I would encourage people to actually try out. So that's all from us today on the EK Archery Access Bow. Remember, there are 3 other colors in that. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and all those cool things. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you then.